one. But
Buenos noches, amigos, and welcome to another episode of Not Another Sox podcast. I am Jack Webster here with with Matt LeBeau and Matt Galveo. We are still locked out, and we might never not be locked out again. So we got another fun episode coming for you guys today.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to today. Obviously, we're still locked out, so we don't know when the hell this is going to end or if it's going to end at all. It was just announced that the Bruins are going to be in the Winter Classic at Fenway on New Year's Day. So that might be the first actual event at the first Boston team to play at Fenway. So who knows? Go ahead.
Is this a Bruins podcast now?
It might have to be.
I feel like it might have to be.
Might have to be.
We're talking about that sticky puck here. I mean, I think Brad Marchand was an absolute snub from the All-Star game, so I didn't watch out of protest.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. Actually, in fact, I'm not going to watch any hockey for the rest of the year because Brad Marchand was left off the All-Star game roster. So, I am enjoying the Bruins. I'm enjoying watching them play. We also have some good sports here. College basketball is in full swing. So, at least there's some things to watch. The Super Bowl is coming up. But this is the worst I think I felt about a season delay, probably since there was officially a lockout that started. So I think this is the worst I felt.
Yeah.
So. No, I mean, I think it's kind of just inevitable at this point. Anybody can see that the writing's on the wall for at least a little bit of the season. So hopefully, the two sides can figure it out. We'll probably talk about it a little bit more next week, hopefully once, more stuff develops, because neither side is even just going to the table now or agreeing to even disagree. So we'll, have to just kind of see how it goes and, start watching Korean baseball again.
Yeah. Jack, you're well equipped for this lockout. You know everyone in the KBO, and you have some good relationships over there with the Dinos. So see, we're not. Us poors are come late March. It's gonna be blouses for us. We're gonna have nothing to do, nothing to watch. I'm not getting up at fucking 4 a.m. to watch the KBO. I know you will, but I'm not.
I'll catch the tail ends because
Jack's the biggest pervert
usually
on this
end
podcast.
at 9 o'clock in the morning, so you can watch the last few innings while you're making the bacon and eggs and enjoying your morning coffee, maybe taking the dog out for a walk, and you can hear Byung-Ho Kim hit an RBI double down the line in a language that you don't understand. So that's the beauty of baseball.
Yep, and that's baseball.
Yeah.
We forgot we are a Japanese podcast, so maybe when we watch Japanese baseball, maybe, we know how to speak Japanese, so we might have to, dive into that a little bit.
It's Korean, sir. That's
well, no, I know. I'm just saying.
Oof, man, that was a nice show, guys. I'm sorry, we're gonna have to wrap it up now.
That's it. I'm canceled.
Dude, Korea is so hot right now with the they're going to be the only baseball league. They had Squid Games. They're just fucking on fire right now. They're killing us.
They're loving this. They're loving this.
South Korea. Yeah. South Korea.
Yeah.
South Korea. Yeah.
The second best Korea.
Oh man.
But we do have a kind of special episode again for you guys here because, like we were saying, not too much is going on. So we are going to do an all-time Red Sox draft for players that were only on the team. It doesn't matter what they did on, the Expos or the Guardians or whatever team, only for the Red Sox. So we're just going to, kind of take turns, do a snake-style draft of, who we think is the best player at each position, and then, let you guys vote on, the old Twitter machine, and we'll declare a winner. I think the winner is actually going to get this Burger King crown.
Oh, hell yeah.
So that way they can show their reign over all the other losers that might come up, aka you guys.
And they'll wear it on the next podcast. They'll wear it.
Exactly,
they'll wear the crown for the entire show. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, you can see we all are wearing the same hat. We did not coordinate this, but none of us are going to change.
Yeah.
But
Shout out.
next week, the winner will wear that Burger King crown.
shout out to the hats. Matt LeBeau, the Hat Man. Shout out to him.
Hat Man. The Hat Man. Yep. Yeah, we came up with the idea for these hats after I took 50 Benadryl. And that's when I started to see the Hat Man actually wearing one of these hats.
Yep.
And I was like, wow, these are going to be really nice.
Right now, outside of the three of us, the Hat Man is the only one that has a NASPAT. So it's us and then the Hat Man.
Yep.
Exactly. So. And I think whoever comes in last has to take 31 or 51 Benadryl and everybody else's, so that way they can see 3 times the Hat Man. And, the Hat Men, some might say.
It's going to be a wild night at Chili's.
Let's just have a good time.
But just to clarify for the audience, for the voters that are deciding on the best teams, for example, like if one of us drafts like John Smoltz, right? You're only looking at his Red Sox career, right? So that's how you're judging that player. Like obviously he had short stint with the Red Sox, like 5+ ERA, whatever. He's not John Smoltz of the Braves. I think you guys probably get that, but just to clarify,
right? Exactly.
Someone's going to draft Ricky Henderson and lead him off. That's he played 60 games with the Red Sox in like 2002. So,
Red Sox legend Adam LaRoche.
You guys got this idea just based off of something that you guys did, right when COVID was going on. So,
yeah, me and Jack were in a little Red Sox fantasy draft thing.
Me and Matt LeBeau, we did a 32 team team one. Where I ended up drafting Quentin area that you would never know existed, like Walt Druppo.
Yeah, that was tough. There was some deep cuts there. There were 32 people in that league. So this will be only good players, and I mean for the most part, there might be a few lesser players, but this is pretty much only going to be really good Red Sox players, not fucking Tony Graffagnino and bunch of squids. So
Christian Arroyo.
Shout out.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
So we didn't discuss who would go first or how we were going to do it. We're kind of raw dogging this. I don't think any of us really did any true research, maybe other than writing down some names in the notes app. But
I think I think if you want to just do the app on your phone for first.
Yeah, we'll
pick.
just do maybe like a randomizer.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll do a randomizer now, just so then we'll do a little snake style draft. Get the juices flowing because pretty soon the fantasy baseball drafts hopefully start, and then you got football later on this year. So this is just to get the real drafts going, to get the draft juices going. A
lot of people haven't been in a nice fantasy draft in a little while, so get those juices flowing. I'm pretty excited. So, Jack, you be number 1. I'll be number 2. Galmail, you be number 3.
Sure.
So if you want to do the randomizer from 1 to 3.
Yeah, I have it set to 1 to 3. So, I accidentally put in 0. So apparently I'm not going.
God damn it!
The Hat Man goes first overall. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And I am going 3rd. So okay. All right. Now who was 2nd?
So I'm 2nd, so Galveo will be 1st.
Okay.
1st overall.
Yep. You, Matt LeBeau, you are going 1st all around, and then Galveo would be 2nd.
Oh, okay. So you did every number. That's fine. That works. Yeah. All right. I won't complain. So I'm on the clock. Cue the NFL draft music.
Dun 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 dun
dun dun. Sound man, put that in.
Yeah.
With the first pick, I'm not going to do all that, but yeah, you got to go Teddy Ballgame, 1 overall. So
Ted Williams, there we
go. Ted Williams, left fielder from San Diego.
Hell yeah.
Okay, now Galveo, it is your turn.
With the 2nd overall pick, I'm going with Pedro Martinez, pitcher.
Love it.
Yeah. So with my 3rd all-around pick, I'm going Big Papi David Ortiz.
Love it. 1st round pick, well deserved for Big Papi. Jack, you have 2 picks, obviously.
Oh, yep. So with my 2nd pick, I am going to choose my left fielder of Carl Yastrzemski.
Nice.
Hell yeah. I don't know, actually, this is might be a little bit of a fun fact for Carl Yastrzemski, but I don't know how true this is. But he may or may not have actually spent a semester at Merrimack. So shout out my alma mater. So not a big deal. I'll have to get into that.
Yeah.
I'll have to see if that's actually true or not, but it may be true. So shout out Carl Yastrzemski. Yeah.
And Carl Yastrzemski was also one of the guys I had to specify which position that he was going to be playing at, because he did play left field. He played some center, first base, even a little third base there. So I feel like, for someone that had as many hits as him and did as well throughout his career, you don't usually see, a first ballot Hall of Famer move around the diamond that much, especially to, completely different positions at times.
Oh, exactly.
Yep. No, very, very good outfielder as well. Could play all three outfield spots.
All right. Yeah. So it's going to me, right? Or is it? Yeah.
I believe so.
Yep.
So we'll try to throw in some interesting facts about these guys too as we go on, just to make it kind of interesting and kind of the reason why, or if there's a sentimental value to them.
Yeah. So with my second pick, I'm going to go with Mo Vaughn at first base. Won the MVP in 95, 31 bombs, 126 RBIs.
That's early for Big Mo, but I do like the pick. I do like the pick for Big Mo. One of the most feared hitters, in the league at the time when he won that MVP. My second pick, I got to go Boss Hogs, Wade Boggs. Drinking beers, slapping singles to left. Over at third base, 100%. Teddy ball game and Wade Boggs. My team's hitting fucking 400.
Leading the league in BAC.
So I have two picks, right? Because
Yeah. So now you would go again, then it's Galveo, and then it's me for two picks.
Okay. And then for my third pick, I will choose the man on the bump, the Rocket, Roger Clemens, one of the greatest pitchers of all time. Roger Clemens, starting pitcher.
And I find it so interesting how the Red Sox have not officially retired 21, but nobody has worn it yet and since. So I think they're kind of waiting to see if he was going to make it in the Hall of Fame. And if he did, then it would be a no-brainer. But now, it's the Red Sox. They'll retire anybody's number now.
So
here's
So here's what I was thinking about that, and I'm glad you brought that up. The majority of the baseball fan population is completely up in arms that Bonds and Clemens didn't get into the Hall of Fame. And I think the Red Sox are going to see this as a huge PR opportunity to now retire his number and honor him and say, like, hey, we think he should be in the Hall of Fame too. And, that will put the Red Sox in a light with, especially amongst the new generation of fans of like, hey, I agree. He should be in the Hall of Fame. Let's retire his number. Because the Red Sox technically have that rule. You have to play 10 years and be in the Hall of Fame. But they broke it for Ortiz. So I think they're going to retire Clemens' number sooner rather than later.
And they broke it for Pedro, too. He didn't play 10 years here.
Yeah, you're right.
It also used to be you had to end your career with the Red Sox, and then Dwight Evans technically ended his career with the Baltimore Orioles, and they're like, okay, well, we can't not include you.
Right.
And that's gonna. Yep. So with my next pick, I'm gonna go right fielder Dwight Evans.
Yeah, right on cue. Right on cue.
Oh yeah.
So it's my turn next, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I gotta go. Just my all-time favorite player, literally named my fucking dog after this guy. The real 1-5, Dustin Pedroia.
Hell yeah.
Good pick.
Hell yeah.
Very good pick.
But I don't even care who I get the rest of the draft. It's like you just get your favorite player, and then you feel nice and warm on the inside.
You feel snuggly, yeah.
Yeah.
I gotcha. And that's a great
And
pick,
then
dude. That's a real a true leader to build your team around, dude. Nice,
exactly, like
yeah,
he'll fit in nicely in any lineup that you end up making too. So I mean, you gotta
gritty.
include the grit factor. I was like
Right.
just
And
about to say
that trickles down throughout your team. Like every day when you see a guy like Dustin Pedroia on your team working his ass off, dude, that trickles down to the
100%.
entire rest of the lineup, dude. So that's a good pick. I like that.
100%.
No, I mean, and plus he's also a pitching coach. He fixed David Price for a little bit, so you also got to consider, the not leadership, but being able to just help out other players.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And then with my next round pick, I'm going with Christopher Allen Sale, 2018 World Series
Ooh.
champion.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Very good pick.
And then I believe it goes back to Matthew Galveo.
Yes. Yep. Yeah. So with my next pick, I am going shortstop, and I'm taking Nomar.
Very good pick.
Yeah.
So that kind of brings up the debate, right? Because Nomar versus Xander for greatest Red Sox shortstop of all time. And I think when it's all said and done, I think it's going to be Xander. But the resumes right now, obviously, I think like Nomar had a more successful career. But factor in that Bogarts has 2 championships with the Red Sox. I don't know. I kind of give him like the nod. But Nomar hit fucking 370 one year. Let's be honest. It's just that's absurd. So I have 2 picks now, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. And just touching on that Nomar Bogarts thing too, I think Bogarts might end up actually, having the better Red Sox career, especially if he ends up, staying the length of his contract or signs a new one with the Red Sox. But he could be, on the pace for a Hall of Fame. People forget he's still younger than Aaron Judge. So I think he always will be as well.
Yeah. So for my 2 picks, I'm going to go with my favorite player of all time, and I'm going to have to put him in right field, where he played most of his career before he came to the Red Sox. But I'm going with Manny Ramirez.
Oh,
He's going to be my right fielder, my favorite Red Sox of all time. And then for my next one here, let's see. This is a tough one, but I think I'm going to do what something the Red Sox couldn't do, which is lock down Mookie Betts and put him in center field.
Nice.
Which I can do because he played center field. So.
Oh yeah.
Mookie Betts.
There we go.
Marcus Lynn Betts. Are you sure you don't want to put him at second base?
I could do that as well. Feats of Mookie.
Like it is so funny that he had to move because of Dustin Pedroia, and then he just ended up becoming like not only a great right fielder, but like arguably the best defensive right fielder in all of baseball, just because this other dude that ended up not really even playing the position there a lot was already there.
Yeah, in 20 years, when Mookie retires, like that's gonna be a trivia question amongst like Dodger fans. Like, why did Mookie Betts play outfield? Oh, because fucking Dustin Pedroia of the Red Sox was blocking, Mookie's long-term, second base career. That's just fantastic. Good for Dustin.
Oh yeah. With my next pick, I'm gonna lock down my center field position, and I'm gonna take Fred Lynn.
Nice.
Yeah. Honestly, very solid pick. I mean, he kind of split a little bit more of his career than, a lot of other guys. But like when he was with the Sox, especially that first year in '75 when he won Rookie of the Year and MVP, like he was just an honest rock star in Boston. Like you don't really think about it that much, but like he was just the hot young stud in the '70s and '80s for the Red Sox. And like he was as popular of a player as anybody else in team history.
Yeah.
So I believe it is my turn next.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
And
it is.
I am going to take the previously mentioned Xander Bogarts.
Xander Bogarts.
Yeah. And then for my second pick with that, I'm going to take my second all-time favorite player in John Lester.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Johnny boy.
And I think, we mentioned this on a previous episode, even if the wins above replacement aren't quite there, I think he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. And I think it was as big of a mistake as anything to, let him go to the Chicago just to sign, David Price. And I'm not a David Price hater, but like, if you're going to shell out that money, shell it out for the hometown guy, just, out of respect almost in a way.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Oh yeah, and then it goes.
Especially since he ended up doing the same exact shit with the Cubs, like same exact.
Yeah, it really is. It really is disgusting to think that they let Lester walk. I mean, it's unbelievable, but I mean that's how it is. That's baseball.
They did eventually flip him for Richard Porcello, though.
Yep, Big Dick Rick, Ricky Porch Lights.
And then it's back to me, I guess, right?
It would be back to you. Yep.
All right. So with my next pick, I'm going to take third baseman. I'm going to take Johnny Pesky.
Nice.
Guy, talk about grit. Guy served in the war. I mean, you can't get any more gritty than that. I mean, what a legend.
No, you can't. You can't. All right, so I got two.
It says a lot to have a pole named after you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that too. Right.
Usually you have a lot more single dollar bills if you have a pole name.
Honestly, that would be a great stripper name, I think, Pesky.
Yeah.
So for me here, I'm going to talk about things that are named after you. I am going to go with the man who has an award named after him, and that is Cy Young, starting pitcher. Cy Young. And then for my next pick here, I'm going to go with first baseman, double X, Jimmy Fox.
Very good pick. He was actually the first player to ever win back-to-back MVP awards.
Interesting fact.
Yeah.
Interesting fact.
And I think he's a guy people forget about on the Sox a lot, but like even just with us, like he was excellent.
Oh, he had 3 overall MVP awards in his career, and then he finished second one year with the Red Sox. After the year he finished first. I mean, he was really disgusting. I mean, I think he led the league in RBIs like more than anybody ever. No. But he had 175 RBIs one year, 169 and 163. Guy could rake.
Good pick.
Jimmy Fox. Matt, you're up.
All right, let's do it. So I'm going to take a pitcher. But he played right and pitcher back in all the way back in the 1900s, early 1900s. I'm going to go with Smokey Joe Wood.
Smokey Joe.
Oh, Smokey Joe. I wish we could just bring back like old-timey baseball names.
Smokey Joe.
Like today's players. Like,
hey, Smokey.
Like, what do you think? Yeah.
That guy definitely just rips cigs.
100%. How do you not? That's probably how he got the nickname. Like nicknames back then were so deliberate. They were like, dude, if you had I don't know, dude, if you had like
big boy ears, Bobby Dahlback.
Dude, yeah, like if you had big ears, they would call you, hey, big ears. Like,
it was all based on like your physical appearance, dude.
Yeah, it was just very deliberate nicknames. Like it was the most obvious, like dude, if you had like an Italian accent, they'd be like, hey, Italian accent.
Hey, Guido.
Yeah, they would be a lot more racist than that.
Yeah, there was. Yeah.
Shit.
So whose turn is it next, Steven?
So I just went twice with Jimmy Fox, and then
Galveo.
Did Galveo go last?
It was me and then
Joe. You took the old Smoke.
Oh yeah, I did. I take Smoke, so it's Jack. Yep.
Yeah.
So Webster, you're up now.
Okay. Speaking of guys who have poles named after him, I am taking Carlton Fisk.
Good.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And then at first base, I am taking another childhood favorite of mine, Kevin Youkilis.
Uke.
There was a season where he didn't have any errors at all, which is just absurd.
Yeah, he was awesome defensively. He was awesome. He did everything right. He was like the perfect baseball player. Like, tried hard 100% of the time, worked the walk, was very clutch, got a lot of base hits, played excellent defense, was a good leader, I mean, loved Uke. Wish he was around for the 2013 championship.
Mm-hmm. And not only that, with Kevin Youkilis, like, he was obviously a natural third baseman, and he was willing to, move around. I think he even played a little bit of outfield, which was always hilarious to see because he was just so bad at it. But it's understandable.
Yeah, he was definitely more of a reactionary guy. He wasn't like the tracker type. You know.
Also, the most fun batting stance to imitate as a kid.
Ever.
Yeah. Like, it was just so absurd. And then he would get in good hitting position. Like, if you saw him, like, when he's starting his swing, you'd be like, oh, that is a normal human baseball player.
Yeah.
We would love to have Kevin Youkilis on the pod at Greek God of Hops.
Yep, at Greek God of Hops.
Everybody spam him with messages.
Yeah. We're too nervous.
Yeah, I know. So I think it's is it back to me and then LeBeau?
Yeah, I did have my
two
picks. I did pick both of my guys there.
Okay.
So I
beautiful.
I believe it is back to you, Matthew Galveo.
Okay. Well, with my next pick, I'm gonna round out the second base position. I'm gonna take Mike Andrews.
Ooh.
Another deep cut.
Yeah.
Deep cut.
Yeah.
All right. I got two picks here. We've all heard of these two folks.
Okay.
These two gentlemen.
Right.
These two stallions. So, for my designated hitter, I'm going with the man that should be playing designated hitter in a couple of years. His name is Rafael Devers. Sure, you've heard of him. He's a natural designated hitter.
He's our large Dominican son.
Yep. And then for me, I think I'm going to go with Jason Varitek behind the dish.
Hell yeah.
I was very tempted to take him too because, Fisk might have had better numbers, but I mean, Varitek was just literally the captain, won so many World Series with us, and just, there's a reason he had the C on his chest.
You bet.
All right, cool. So back to me. I'm gonna round out the outfield. I'm gonna take Jim Rice.
Nice. He shouldn't have fell that far.
Yeah, he fell pretty good. Had to snag him here. Round out the outfield.
The only really thing is the reason he fell is because the Red Sox have such a history with left fielders.
Right.
I mean, it's unbelievable.
No, 100%. Like, I was kind of writing out my list, and he made it on. But you have Williams, you have Manny, you have Yaz, you have a few other guys as well. And I mean, Hanley Ramirez, a Red Sox legend in left field.
Yep.
You can't ever forget about him.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
Mike Carp.
Yeah.
Mike Carp. Carpe diem.
Yeah.
He had a couple clutch hits in 2013.
I mean, everybody had a clutch hit in 13. Yeah. Like, it was just like the clutchest. That was like the clutchest team of all time. That team had no business winning that many games and making it that deep in the postseason. They only did it because they were clutch.
Yeah, and really the only team all year that challenged them were the Detroit Tigers. That was it. And that was in the ALCS. And that was it.
Yep. No. Hopefully we'll have the 2013 Sox on that random number generator at some point. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jack, you are up.
Yep. I am going to, for my third base position, take Rico Petrocelli.
Nice.
He mostly known as a shortstop, but he did play well over a season at third base. So I'm gonna go ahead and count it.
No, I like that. Fun fact about Rico, I went to a game in Tampa. It was a Red Sox Rays game back like I don't know, it was like 06 or 07, and he was actually there. He lives in Florida, and he was signing books and like giving away his book, and no one wanted it because like it was all Rays fans, and I was like, dude, this is freaking awesome. So I got a book signed by him. Pretty cool.
Yeah. Is that on your stack of books next to your laptop?
Yeah, it's right.
Yeah.
Right
There we go. There we go.
You do indeed know how to read.
Yes, I do. Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Contrary to popular belief, Alabama.
Correct.
This is not just a decoration.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know how many people probably have books in their house that they just are like, it makes me look cool because I know how to read.
Yeah.
But do you actually read them?
I kind of fall into that category now. Actually, I don't really read, but I do have books.
Yeah.
Right.
Just when people come over, you're just like, oh wow, this guy.
They're all
he
sports.
must be,
They're all sports books. So I've actually read almost all of them.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Yeah.
Those are the only books.
So you don't look too like cultured or anything. There are books, but they are about sports.
Yes, they're not. No. I'm not reading like I don't know. What's a popular book? The fucking
Twilight.
He's got a bunch of Goosebumps books.
Yeah. I have Red Moon up here.
All right, who's next?
I believe that was just my first pick. So I do have a second pick here, and I'm going to take maybe one of the bigger douchebags in Red Sox history, but Jonathan Papelbon.
Oh, nice.
Greatest closer in Red Sox.
No, I agree, and I mean, like he was just so electric, and he was such an asshole, but like he was, you can tolerate it when he's actually like doing great and winning the World Series, and literally just like fucking taunting the other team, and you gotta love it. You gotta love it unless if you're facing him.
Yep.
Or you're Bryce Harper.
Right.
With my next pick, I'm going to just round out my starters, and I am going to go with Curt Schilling. Clutch playoff performer, 04, all that. I mean, how can you not take Curt Schilling here? Also, not a Hall of Famer.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. I got two.
Yep. You got two. We're going back to back, just like Drake.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
I have. I'm going to go with the second greatest second baseman in Red Sox history, Bobby Doerr, because I do need a second baseman. And then I'm going to go with this gentleman here. Looks like he pitched a few games for the Red Sox. His name is Babe Ruth.
Oh, the Babe?
Yep. And Babe's going to do a lot for me, actually. He's going to pitch. He's going to hit. He's going to do a few.
He's gonna teach kids how to pitch.
Yeah. Yep.
Here's how you throw on knuckleballs, sonny.
He's gonna murder his wife.
Yeah. People forget that.
Babe Ruth, not a good human being, but there's this recent conversation that Babe Ruth wasn't that good of a baseball player. I just want to get out in front of this and let everyone know that Babe Ruth was amazing at baseball. So to all you kids listening out there, don't listen to the Twitter crowd saying Babe Ruth sucked. He was unbelievable. The founding member of the 300 home run club, 400 home run club, 500 home run club, 600 home run club, and 700 home run club. Babe Ruth fucked ass. Bad guy, great ball player.
Yes, but keep in mind for the viewers, this is only with his time as the Red Sox, was mostly as a pitcher. He did hit, a good amount of home runs with the Red Sox. We can get the exact numbers up here, but we are considering only his time in Boston again.
No. I'm not saying that. I know, because obviously if that was the case, I would have took him first overall. But my point is, people say Babe Ruth wasn't good because he played against plumbers. That's what I was saying. And if that is the
case,
there
is no black people, but
obviously, but neither was when Ted Williams played. And so all I'm
not
saying
true,
is,
but okay.
Yeah, well, I know it was half true, but all I'm saying is if everyone was bad back then, why couldn't everyone hit 700 home runs.
It was just not the way the game was taught. I am a Babe Ruth denier. We are just always going to disagree on this. We might as well get into it now. Get into it now.
Let's do it.
But if you just plopped Babe Ruth in today's time, he's going 195 for the season with 15 home runs. Given, you're going to give him, modern day conditioning and everything and yada, yada. But it is just such a different game than what it was before. And that's the disconnect for me.
Which I do agree with, right? That if you put Babe Ruth in the game today, he would probably stink. And I've said that a million times. But you can say that about any athlete that played any sport before 1950. Doesn't mean they shouldn't be recognized. If you took Wayne Gretzky, who played somewhat recently, 70s, 80s, 90s, and put him in today's NHL, right. Connor McDavid would fucking dangle on his balls.
That's true.
And he would make him look silly. It was just dude. You could say the goalies weren't wearing big pads. Okay, well, Wayne Gretzky. I mean, why wasn't everyone putting up 100 goals and another 85 assists a year? I'm just saying, Babe Ruth, he had more home runs than the entire rest of the league one year. I mean, that's pretty good. It's pretty good. 715 home runs. I mean, that's more of a statistical anomaly than anyone.
I do actually want to hear your opinion on this. Do you consider him the greatest of all time, like ESPN does?
No. Okay. No, I do not.
That's reasonable. That's reasonable. No, you're a man of high culture.
Barry Bonds is the greatest baseball player of all time. And if you disagree, you've never actually watched baseball. Barry Bonds in any generation from now until baseball ends up not existing will forever be the most impressive baseball player of all time. Also because of defense, just on base percentage, home runs, everything. But to do what Babe Ruth did back then was not easy. And people think he's playing against plumbers. Okay, well, yeah, then everyone should have been hitting that many fucking bombs then. I do think that Babe Ruth was very good. But he's not the greatest of all time. That's Barry Bonds. Also, probably, or Ken Griffey Jr. Ken Griffey Jr. was better than Babe.
Willie Mays, Hank Aaron. And one thing, again, all these guys have in common is they were all not allowed to play at the same time as Babe Ruth.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. But Babe Ruth was still very good at baseball.
Yeah. And I believe, was that your first or second pick?
That was my side. I went Bobby Dorn, Babe Ruth.
That's right. So it is back to Matt Galveo at this point after the Babe Ruth discourse there.
Yeah.
We could have a whole episode about this. We really
had to happen. Yeah. No, I don't want to do
that. I know, Matt.
I don't like Babe Ruth. I think he's actually a terrible person, and I think that he should be recognized as a terrible person. I mean, he lit his fucking wife on fire. I just don't like when people say he was not good at baseball. That's false. That's wrong.
He was a great baseball player and a great arsonist too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People forget he's got skills with fire.
Firebender.
He's goddamn avatar, dude.
Yeah. He's just like Prince Zuko.
That's actually a great show, by the way.
Absolutely.
People forget that. So with my next pick, I'm gonna take a closer here, and I'm gonna go Dick Raditz. Old Dickie.
Dick Raditz. I remember him.
Yeah, me too. Then I'm gonna take my DH, and I'm gonna go with JD Martinez as my DH.
Very good pick. I was wondering if he was gonna be in that DH spot for anybody here, and I'm glad he was.
True DH.
Yeah. True DH, exactly. So I guess it's back to me now because I can't name anything about Dick Radish. So I'm going to go ahead and pick one of my favorite bars around Fenway that is not Jerry Remy's, Tony C's.
Nice. Career
cut way too short, but the time that he even did have here, was as good as just about anybody else. So we're going to throw it on the board here.
Yep.
And then for my second pick, I am going to pick Reggie Smith as my center fielder.
Very good pick, actually. Very good pick.
Yeah. He is borderline Hall of Fame. Maybe he might even actually make it in on one of these like veterans committees one day because he has the wins above replacement. He was so good defensively, and he played a long time for the Red Sox too. I think people kind of forget because a lot of those teams just didn't end up doing anything.
Yeah. All right.
I think it's back to me. Correct?
Yep.
All right. So I am going to take my catcher, and I'm going to take Doug Mirabelli.
Ooh.
Dougie McBuckets.
Everybody loves Doug Mirabelli,
Yep.
and I think he's a fan favorite. The boys love him in the clubhouse, and that's just somebody that you need on your team.
It sucks. I was going to take Tim Wakefield, but now I can't because
Yeah.
Mirabelli's the only one that can catch him.
I was gonna say you showed your hand about which pick you're gonna pick next because the only reason Doug Mirabelli played for the Red Sox was because of Tim Wakefield.
That's right. And then is it me?
Sorry, go ahead.
LeBeau. No, it's you.
Oh no,
right?
yeah,
I think
it's
so.
me. Yep, it's me. So I have a gaping hole at shortstop, and if I don't take this man, then I'm screwed. The Red Sox version of Jack Webster went from Washington to Boston, and I am going to take Joe Cronin, Hall of Famer and career 300 hitter. Number is retired in right field.
So that actually kind of makes me think too. So we didn't discuss this before, but Joe Cronin was also a manager for the Red Sox. So
correct.
I think we should also consider having one Red Sox manager as on our draft team here as well.
So yeah, we can either draft a manager or you can have a player on your team that managed. I have two currently that managed professionally. Only one managed the Red Sox.
I think for the sake of this show, we are only doing Red Sox, so it would only be Red Sox managers.
Okay, great. Then Joe Cronin is my manager. That's my manager.
That we'll let that be the Shohei Ohtani rule, where you can put him in two spots, kind of like in fantasy baseball.
I don't mind drafting a manager. I'll take anyone.
Yeah. No, well, yeah, exactly. It's like drafting a kicker. You can just do it at the end.
Yep. Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah.
I have one more pick here, and I need someone for the bullpen. My bullpen's fucking hurt city right now. I am going to go with Koji Uehara for my closer. Galveo back.
Very good.
Back to me. All right. I am going to take Keith Folk. I take Keith Folk.
Nice. Yeah. 04 legend. He does not work at Burger King, confirmed.
No.
So I actually bumped into Keith Folk a few years ago, and it looks like he's been eating a lot of Burger King since he's retired.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's working.
He's a unit.
Yeah. That's okay. You can live your best life after you've made millions of dollars and you can retire at 35. Like, that is 100%. The dream.
100%. Yeah. You gotta live it up.
If you won that 04 World Series and broke the curse, you can eat whatever you want.
Yeah.
For the rest of your life.
I do that, and I don't have a ring.
Right. You don't even have a ring. You don't even
exactly.
have a ring.
So Galveo, you went. Jack, you have two now.
Yep. So for my last starting pitcher spot, I am going to take Louis Tiant.
Nice. Very good selection.
And yeah, I mean, I think it also just helps like how much time he spent with the Red Sox. Like, he was just synonymous with the team, and I mean, for being one of the first, Hispanic-born players, like he was Cuban, right?
Yeah, Cuban-born. Yep, El Tiante, right outside of
Fenway.
Yeah. Dude, get yourself a Cuban sandwich. Fucking fire.
Yeah. And I love how he's still
Love
with the
that.
team. I mean, a little less now, but like he was always on Nesson growing up and everything, and always around the ball club. So, I think that kind of factors into the pick a little bit too, like how much he meant to the organization itself.
Correct. Agreed.
Yeah. And then for my first bench spot, I am going to take outfielder and Hall of Famer Tris Speaker.
Okay. Okay. We're getting somewhere.
Yeah, I'm almost a little surprised that, he stuck around this long. He could honestly replace a lot of guys in, my outfield right now at any given day. So,
yep.
I was looking at the Fangraphs all-time WAR leadership for Red Sox because I did need some reference, but I was surprised that he stuck around this long.
Yeah. No, fair. Very fair.
Yep.
All right. So, for my first bench spot, I'm going to take Johnny Damon.
Nice.
Ooh.
Okay. Sweetest ass in the league.
Yeah. Shout out Fever Pitch.
So, Jack, who'd you take for your bench spot? Who was that?
Tris Speaker.
Okay. He was center fielder, right?
Yeah, he was a center fielder. You could plug him in anywhere, though.
Right. Bench player. No, I understand. I'm just asking.
Yeah.
So I'm going to stick with the center field thing. And I'm going to go with the man who is actually in the 41st spot in WAR of all-time Red Sox players, Jackie Bradley Jr.
Ooh.
JB, Jesus.
Defensive
and
replacement.
He's still adding on to it.
Yep.
Unless if he has another season like last year where it's going down.
Yeah, he might slide down a little bit.
Yeah, he might slide down. That is an actual possibility.
It's almost likely, but with how good he is defensively, it's just hard. Like he'd have to be so bad offensively, but I wouldn't count him out. I just hope he passes Babe Ruth. Babe Ruth is 39 overall in offensive WAR. This is positional player WAR, so it's offense and defense included. But and JBJ's 41, so he just needs one WAR. Actually, 0.8 to pass the Babe.
Are we taking the over-under on that?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Yeah. I'm going to take the push.
If they don't sign fucking Sully, then they're going to Jackie's going to play 150 games. He's going to hit like 160. It's going to be fucking brutal.
Yeah.
All right. I got JB Jesus.
Yeah.
Let's see. I am going to go. Who do I want to take here? I'll take Mike Timlin for my setup guy.
There we go. There we go. And then for my second bench spot, I'm going to go with Mike Lowell.
Nice.
Oh, love me some Mike.
Love Mike Lowell. What a legend Mike Lowell is.
Yep.
Two-time
World Series MVP.
Champ. Yep.
MVP.
I feel like everybody forgets that World Series MVP just because, obviously it was a sweep, but like, and his numbers were very good in it, but like, it was just such a blowout. You could have given it to any number of guys.
Yeah.
A good pick. Good pick.
Mike Lowell.
Yeah. So for my second bench spot, I'm taking John Valatin, third baseman / shortstop.
Nice.
I actually didn't realize how long of a Red Sox career he had over 900 games. So, being able to play different positions, perfect bench guy. And then for my second pick here, I'm going to pick setup man Daniel Bard.
Hell yeah.
Wow, what a run he had with the Red Sox. It's a shame that it all fell apart.
Yeah. I'm glad he's somehow back in the league. One of the more unlikely stories that we've seen in recent history, but he literally just fell off a cliff after 2012, and we didn't hear about him until, literally there was a plague that went through the earth and the Rockies needed a closer.
Yeah. It took a global pandemic for Daniel Bard to come out of his funk.
Yeah. That would actually be a great interview, though, because I feel like his story would actually be more interesting than almost any other guy that we might be able to get.
This is a hot take. I don't know if I'd want to interview Daniel Bard because I just don't want to ruin him again. Like I don't want him to talk about. I don't want him to talk about his Red Sox career and then like have him have a fucking panic attack and then he tries to pitch for the Rockies and then he's just junk. Like I don't want to have Daniel Bard's career on my hands. I just
imagine the NASP curse, dude.
Yeah,
like he comes on here and then Matt LeBeau curses him.
I just want to leave him alone. He's doing well, and I feel like he's very fragile. I just don't want to mess it up.
That's fair, but still a good pitcher for the Red Sox. Still a good pitcher.
Yes, very, very good.
Yeah.
I think we only have one more pick each.
I think I have one more guy left.
And a manager too.
That's right. Yeah. So with my last pick, I'm gonna go with a guy that's gonna get the boys buzzing, howling every day, bringing the beers, going out for beers, doing all that partying. I'm gonna go Mike Napoli.
Oh yeah!
Hell yeah!
He's gonna get the juices flowing in the clubhouse. He's gonna make sure the boys are always riled up, always have a cold one ready after the games. Yeah. Mike Napoli.
Nice. All right, I see that pick, and I'm gonna kind of go along with that. I'm gonna take Kevin Millar.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Yeah. Kevin Millar. The bench. So I think I have one more player to pick or two more.
Yeah. You can pick a second manager if you want, but you did state Joe Cronin.
Yeah, I'm going to pick another manager. Joe Cronin's going to play. He's not going to manage. But my question is, I have two relievers. I have a closer, a setup guy, and I have two bench guys. So I got to take another reliever and a bench guy. Is that?
So I did put. So I think the way it'd work best, especially since we're adding the manager, 3 bench and then just a closer and a setup guy. You don't need another random reliever in there.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah. Unless if you want.
No, so I just need one more. But... No, that's fine. So I just need one more bench guy.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. I'm gonna pick Trot Nixon.
Oh yeah, good pick.
And that rounds out my team. Besides the manager.
Besides the manager, right?
Yep.
Jack, do you have any more picks that you have to do to round out your roster?
Yeah, I have my third bench guy, and I have my manager as well, which we can discuss at the end.
Cool.
So for my third bench guy, just to get some extra votes off of Twitter.com, I am taking Brock Holt. Favorite.
That's actually
we love you on the pod, Mr. Holt. So
Mr. Holt,
you can bring on Tank. You can bring on Griffin, Ripken as well. So just bring the whole family.
But here's the thing though, when we're doing this, like out of all the bench players that the Red Sox have had, Brock Holt has to be top 5. I mean, he's one of the greatest bench players in Red Sox history.
I'm not. He's a very good player too, and you can plug him in everywhere. And the clubhouse chemistry that he brought. I mean, his really only thing is he didn't hit for like any power at all.
Right.
But he was able to hit for average, get on base, steal bases, play good defense anywhere. So that's a guy I also just want on my team, especially because
Yeah, he epitomizes everything you want from a bench guy. Like him and Alex Cora, I feel like are like the two perfect bench players.
Yeah.
All right. Galvao, are you good, Galvao? You have one more? You got to pick?
Just the manager. That's it.
Okay.
That's it. Yeah.
So so that was my first pick. So I guess my second pick or my last pick here would be the manager, and I am going to take the current man at the helm, Alex Cora.
Good pick.
There we go.
Yeah.
So it's me next. So I think I'm just gonna go with the obvious choice, and I'm gonna take Tito.
If you didn't take Tito, then you're dumb about it. But.
Yeah.
I am gonna go. Let's see. Let me look at a couple things here.
John
for
Farrell.
The boys. Yeah, I'm not going Farrell.
Hey, he won a World Series at least.
That is
he saw the Hat
That's
Man
such
too.
an easy choice, but like, let's be real. Like, David Ortiz managed that team. John Farrell just pushed some buttons here and there, but that was David Ortiz's team.
Yeah, I can't go. I can't go John Farrell. My biggest concern about going John Farrell is, like, when it comes down the stretch, managing the bullpen.
Yeah, it's gonna be a problem.
Or talking to young players.
Yes, or anything.
Yeah. Or the media.
I'm gonna go. Ooh, it's between two guys. I'm gonna go John McNamara.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, John McNamara.
Yeah, so I think that should round it out now officially, right?
Yeah, I think that's everything.
Yeah. So, okay, we should probably just recap who we have at each position here.
Yeah.
So, if you want to go first, then we'll just name off our team so that way, the listeners can kind of, decide for themselves. We don't even have to do an actual lineup. That can just be whatever.
Yeah. No, let's do that. So you want me to just go by the order I picked them?
Yeah, or just by position. That's kind of how I did it. So, however you want to present it.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't put them in the position order, so I'll just go with the order I picked them. So, Ted Williams in left, Wade Boggs at third, Roger the Rocket Clemens, the ace on the mound. I got Manny over in right. I got Mookie in center, Cy Young on the bump behind the Rocket, Jimmy Fox over at first, Rafael Devers, designated hitter of the future, Jason Varitek behind the dish. I got Bobby Dorr at second. We got Babe Ruth coming in third on the bump, Joe Cronin at short, Koji shutting the door, Mike Timlin setting up the table for Koji, Jackie Bradley Jr., my fourth outfielder and pinch runner. I got Kevin Millar ripping shots of whiskey in the clubhouse, and I got Trot Nixon just giving the dirt dog approach and managed by John McNamara.
All right.
It's a pretty scary team. I don't know. Good luck.
Yeah, it's pretty good, man. You might be wearing the Burger King crown
I might
next
be wearing
episode.
the crown, but I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see.
All right, cool. So I'll go. So 3 starters. I got Pedro, Smokey Wood, and Kurt Schilling. First base, I got Mo Vaughn. Second, I got Mike Andrews. Third, I got Johnny Pesky. At short, I got Nomar. At left field, I got Jim Rice. Center field, I got Fred Lynn. Right field, I got Dwight Evans. Closer, I got Dick Raditz. Reliever, I got Keith Folk. DH, I got JD. Catcher, I got Doug Mirabelli. And then on my bench, I got Johnny Damon, Mike Lowell, Mike Napoli, and managed by Terry Francona.
Very nice. Very nice. So at my catcher, I have Carlton Fisk. Then at first, Kevin Youkilis, Dustin Pedroia, Sander Bogarts, and at third base, Rico Petrocelli. My outfield is Carl Yastrzemski, Reggie Smith, and Tony C. in right field, along with the greatest clutch hitter in Red Sox history, David Ortiz, as my designated hitter, with Tris Speaker, John Valentin, and Brock Holt as my bench. My rotation is Chris Sale, John Lester, and Louis Tiant. And then in my bullpen, it is Jonathan Papelbon and Daniel Bard, which is appropriate because they were actually, closer and setup man basically their entire careers with the Red Sox. And then it is managed by Alexander Cora. So, that's all of our teams. With 3 people, you're not going to really have any bad teams whatsoever. I'm like that 32
We're
one,
32,
where literally 10 times the amount of people. So we were able, to kind of have fun with it. I think we all picked a little, personal favorites in there as well. So it was, good time, boys.
No, it was.
Yeah, that was
we got some good teams. I mean, I think that we also should definitely make a lineup. Like make a 1 through 9, make a lineup.
Yeah.
Not just because it's not just about the roster. You also want to assemble the team, how they're gonna, who's leading off, who's gonna be, batting fourth, driving them in. I mean, we don't have to do that on the show, but when we present the teams on Twitter, definitely.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, 100%. We can take some time to actually develop it out and put it in, and then we'll make a graphic. We'll put a poll up for you guys to vote on, and then the winner gets the Burger King crown, as like we mentioned, and the loser is actually kicked off the podcast. So we forgot to mention that before.
Oh shit. Oh man. All right. Well, I think that's about it. I know LeBeau's got to probably head out soon. So
I mean, I got some time. I got until about 12. So if you guys got anything else,
right.
If you want to catch up, we had Babe Ruth. We had our Babe Ruth discussion. So
yeah, we did.
We checked that off the list. I'm not touching on Babe Ruth for the rest of this podcast history. That's over.
Okay. It will be one of those just forbidden topics.
Yeah, it's unwritten rule.
Yeah, exactly. I think that should be the only written rule that we have on the podcast. No Babe Ruth discourse.
Yeah.
Babe Ruth is in the NASP graveyard, dude. Do not talk about him.
In the shadow.
Talk about him. In the shadow realm. Yeah, he's banned.
Yep.
He's banned.
We don't talk about murderers. We're not going to bring up Aaron Hernandez as well. So don't ask us to talk about Aaron Hernandez. We get questions every single week, and this is not another Pat's podcast.
Yeah, we started by talking hockey. Now we're talking football. So
yeah.
Yep.
The Celtics sure are doing a basketball.
Yep. They're doing that shooty hoop. Not very well though. Not very well.
Shout out Lou Merlone though. He's a big PC guy. I know. He went to PC and he's been following the Friars here. So I know Lou Merlone and Matt LeBeau, the biggest Friar fans around.
Me and Lou, we are our two favorite teams, the Sox and the Friars. I mean, that's what it's all about, sharing the love. They had some good years. Red Sox had a great year. Friars having the greatest year they've ever had. So no, it's been a fun time. But
good. Yeah.
No, I hope the lockout ends. I hope that we can have a regular season. If it starts on time, we got a lot of fun, cool things planned for the year. For opening day and so forth. So, hopefully it can all start on time. If not, if it's a little delayed, well, October will still come. They're not going to miss a whole year, so.
Knock on wood.
Knock on wood. Yeah.
I'd really hope they wouldn't miss an entire season, but.
Yeah. I swear to God, if that last Red Sox game to ever exist was Game 6 against the Astros, I'm going to be very sad to have that be my last baseball memory in the MLB when the league folds.
Well, imagine how Yankee fans feel, because honestly, if that was the last game in MLB history, then Yankee fans' last game is going to be the wild card game against the Red Sox. And honestly, at that point, it's a good trade-off. Let's just pack it in. I mean, it's never going to get any better for Red Sox fans than that. Having the Yankees' last MLB game at Fenway Park.
Be that.
A wild card elimination loss.
And Bronxy's death and Hunter Renfroe.
But thankfully, they won't need to do the fake Bronxy anymore because there's not going to even be a reason. So they're just going to save themselves that embarrassment,
Right.
It's like it's not always the same Georgia Bulldog. They get a new Bulldog every once in a while, but this time, Bronxy did die.
I really want to do some sort of Bronxy is dead shirts and wear them to Yankee Stadium this year. I think that would be.
Oh my God! Yes.
Yeah. Well, one thing I didn't realize, and not that it's even going to happen at this point, but Yankees opening day is against the Red Sox. So that would, if by some Hail Mary miracle, they figure out their shit, we're definitely going to be going in.
What's the date on that? Shirts. You know the date, Jack?
I don't know. It's April.
April 7th, if I remember.
It's not a weekend though. That's the thing.
It's not.
Yeah, that's why I can't go. But that would be sick. But there's a summer, a summer series in July. It's a weekend.
Yeah.
series.
Oh, absolutely. No, and I'm most excited for actual games to go back so we can, do some content at there, hopefully see some fans. If we ever see you wearing a, NAS pad or shirt, we are buying you a beer.
100%.
Even if you're underage, especially if you're underage.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Especially if you're underage.
Yeah.
100%.
only underage.
Yeah.
Yep.
Under 21.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we should probably end it on that.
Yeah. That's getting deleted.
We will see. We'll publish these rosters here. We'll let you guys vote.
Yeah.
It was a good show. It was a good time. We will see you next week. Thanks for the support.
Peace.